Hey everyone, what is going on? It is Nathan here and welcome back to the best of 21 series between the Viper and Jordan 23. Jordan just won the last game, making the score 6-5, and this is going to be game 12, which is going to be on Hamburger. And this is a pretty darn cool map, I have to say. It's from the Extreme Challenge map pack, which is on AOC box, and I'll put a link in the description below of this map, and of course of this entire map pack, so you can see and find out all of this lovely stuff for yourself. But for now, these guys are playing as the Mongols. We've got the Viper up to the north and Jordan down to the south. And it does look a bit like a hamburger, actually, to be honest. These guys are both playing on the buns, I guess. And you have this bit of forest in the middle. And a bit of a river as well, just separating these two guys. So yeah, this is a pretty darn cool map. It definitely looks pretty cool. And it definitely offers a wide variety of strategies which can be used. And you know, this is pretty cool because they both start off with a lot of resources on their starting points. They've got a lot of food, they've got a lot of gold, they've got a lot of stone as well actually, and lots of deer and stuff like that, which is going to be really nice for them to get with that lovely little food going in. And of course, since they're both playing as the Mongols, they do want to get a really nice fast feudal. And of course, since they do have all these deer and boar over here, just so near, it's going to be really nice for them to utilise that hunt bonus, which is exactly what Jordan's doing, and he's got the right idea. Excuse that pun. But the thing is, you know, this is going to be the main focal point in the feudal age. We will expect players to go for trushes, or not really trushes, just go for towers, and so the first person who gets to the feudal age will be the first person who gets the towers up. And towers are going to be really important to try and force the other player off of the wood in the middle, which is going to be pretty bad for them. But it's not the end of the world because you do have this ring of water on the outside of the island, and of course you do have the whole lot of wood on the outskirts of the, I guess it's a mainland, I guess, maybe. But yeah, it's not going to be the end of the world, but it is still going to be kind of bad. It's kind of bad, but it's not the end of the world. That's all I can say. And it'll be pretty interesting to see when these guys go for their docks as well, because look at this. There's just so much fish right here. It's going to be really, really nice for any of these guys who go for any water, which is going to be the case, I think, because there's lots of big fish very, very nearby, and they're quite densely populated, I guess, as well. Actually, there's 3 right here, and Jordan has put his dock on a fabulous position, actually, and Viper now doing the same. He's got, wow, look at that. He's got these 3 big fish right here. That's such a great place for him, and I don't know what's going on with these trees right here, but they're growing on the sea, which is kind of strange. But you know, what can you do? That's just how they roll, I guess. So the players the Mongols, which does kind of make sense because they can go for a very fast feudal time indeed, just because of the deer and boar, and of course because of the hunt bonus that they get. So yeah, they should be getting to the feudal age in just a little bit, probably at, I don't know, maybe 20 villager population. Of course, they will be wanting to get some fishing ships as well, so that will add to the population as well. And there we go, the first fishing ships are coming out for both of them. Jordan getting his out first, actually, because he had his dock up first. And Jordan does look like he is slightly faster up, actually. And in fact, he does have loom, actually, which is something that Viper is missing. But actually, that's pretty good for him. In fact, he's just researching loom at the moment. And, you know, you do want to kind of research your loom as late as possible, because if you research loom early, it does mean that you don't have a villager at that time. So your economy isn't going to be as good. But Viper now getting to the feudal age, clicking up right now. But Jordan has clicked up a little bit before. So looks like he will be getting those first, those towers up a lot quicker, or relatively quicker. And as you can see here, he's now trying to adjust his economy and go heavy into wood and stone for his villagers, and he's going to be using his fishing ships alone for food. So Jordan now is dragging loads of guys onto wood, so it looks like he will be wanting to get lots of builders up and going to be constructing the first towers. So let's speed things up and see what happens. yeah, this will be a pretty darn cool game, I think. And Jordan collected number 20 population, so what's that? He's got hang on, he's got 16 villagers right here. Viper kicking up on 21, so it looks like he will have more villagers, that's for sure. But Jordan's got his first watchtower up, a second watchtower in quick succession, my bad. And yeah, there we go. This is going to be pretty good for him actually. He's going to be able to secure all of this and push Viper off of this wood over here. The thing is, Viper could try and just relocate over here maybe, and it will be fine for him. And that's exactly what he's going to be doing. So yeah, it's going to be nice for him, but even so, he is going to be forced off wood here. That's going to be Jordan's wood in his control. 2 towers, my god, these 2 towers just pushing him away. And I wouldn't be surprised if Jordan goes for a watchtower right here. That'll be great. But then again, Viper could go with a watchtower of his own. In fact, he could do that. He does have the stone for it. And it would be a matter of time before he does go for a defensive watchtower. Maybe on this wood just to try and defend it. Just try and not let Jordan go for it. But of course, Jordan looks like he will, because he's dragging loads of villagers over here. He's dragging a lot of villagers over here. And it looks like he might go and try and go for it. In fact, he does see that there's something there, and that something would be a lumber camp. He can obviously assume that, and once he gets enough stone for it, he just needs a bit more. Just needs 24 more. He can get up a watchtower. My bad. And yeah, he's gonna be forcing Viper off of wood, wood once again. And Viper will probably have nowhere else to go. He will need to try and relocate, and that's exactly what he's doing right now, because Viper probably knows that he is very low on the wood, or in fact he just does not have any forest to really chop down. So he's going to try and relocate on the outskirts of the map, which is you know, a good thing to do. It's a very natural thing to do. But then again, it just leaves Jordan to try and get all this wood, and you know, Viper had to actually invest in 125 wood to make this transport ship, which is never ideal, especially if you're going for galleys as well, actually, which is what these guys are both doing, in fact. And Jordan is going to be putting up his third dock very soon. He's got 2 already. He just needs a little bit more wood, and he can get that up. And that's something which he can do, because he's got this wood firmly in his control. And the Viper, meanwhile, he's been forced off of water, which is kind of bad actually, considering that this entire island is just surrounded by water, and there's just so much big fish right over here. So yeah, Viper now is going to be trying to queue up his galleys in here. Of course, Jordan does not have a lot of galleys, so Viper can try and take the water back very comfortably if he chooses to, and that's something which he is doing, which is very nice for him. And for the meantime, Viper now trying to construct some towers of his own so that Jordan could not advance any further here. So looks Jordan will have to be pushed back as well, actually, which is kind of strange. You know, with these 3 towers right here, you may expect that Jordan will have all of this wood firmly in his control, but it doesn't seem like it's actually going to happen, because Viper has a watchtower of his own. Watchtowers with their 8 range, and Viper does have fletching as well, so he's going to get a nice little range advantage, and he may even pick up a villager right there. Oh man, first villager casualty of the day. Jordan losing 1 villager right there. That was pretty bad from him. Very nice for the Viper. Obviously, getting that fletching, that does mean that he did a +1 damage and +1 range as well, which is always very nice, a very nice thing to get. But the thing is, Jordan looks like he will be going to the castle wage very soon. Actually, he's still taking a lot of deer and a lot of food as well. And now he's going to be transporting more guys down to the bottom of the map to try and take some more wood. Both these guys know that this wood over here is just too stalemated to try and actually take, because there's just so many towers over here. It's kind of really hard to actually take the wood. And your villagers will just become idle, because they'll get shot at by these watchtowers, and it's just really nice for these medieval villagers. So yeah, and I don't know what he's doing with these lumberjacks right here. he could actually try to do some fishing, actually. He could do that. But it looks like he's just trying to wait for this transport ship to take him down to the south of the map to try and take some more wood, which, you know, is good for him. But Jordan is his economy is looking pretty nice, actually. He's 5 population ahead, actually, which is really good, and that's probably because of these fishing ships that he's got. Because Viper at the moment does only have 1 fishing ship, and Jordan has 4 at the moment. And Jordan, I don't know where Jordan's navy has gone, but Viper is coming forward right here with 4 galleys, and he could be taking these fishing ships out. But Jordan, assuming that knowing that he's coming, and he's going to try and move them out of the way. But this could be bad for Jordan. He might even lose some villages, but he could lose his transport ship, which could be pretty bad. That's 125 wood lost if he loses that. And he's not going to try and chase it down, but he is going to try and deal with these docks right here. At the moment, though, his own dock was under fire just a little bit, but it's not just such a big deal. And the Viper now. Well, what's he doing? I don't really know. He is just... I say that, but he's just going to try and take some resources. You know, is he still producing galleys? I would think that he would. Yeah, he is producing galleys right now, which is you know, is a good thing to do. But the thing is, I don't really know how that's actually going to be able to benefit him when he doesn't actually even have any fishing ships left, to be honest, because once you have all these guys right here, it just means that you have the water under your control. You have to take advantage of that water. You have to take advantage of those fish. But the Viper now not actually adding in any fishing ships, which I think is a pretty big mistake, considering that he does actually have a very small food economy right here. Only 2 farms, which is barely enough to keep villager production, let alone try to get to the castle age. And you know, he really needs to add in some more fishing ships, big time. But you know, he has got the good galley advantage. I don't really see why Jordan's navy is. There we go. Two galleys right here. Going to be taking them down very quickly to Chinatown. And these trees, my God, what are these trees doing on here? Just growing on the water because they can. And it looks like Jordan's trying to make a comeback on the water. He does have these 5 guys right here, and Viper only has 4. Both these guys have got fletching, which is really good. And Viper now probably going to be forced back a little bit. And as Jordan chases him down. And now his fishing ships are now pretty safe, actually. Viper still does not have any fishing ships at all. He's going to be queuing them in at the moment, right now. Which is good, which is going to be good. But both these guys, neither of these guys get into the castle age anytime soon. But the thing is, Viper now is housed, and that's always not so ideal. In fact, does he have a? Where's he put on his house? There we go. And oh, there we go. Looks like that watchtower from Jordan went down, and it's been replaced by Vipers instead. So neither of these guys do have the wood in the middle, which is you know, kind of strange. Considering that Jordan actually had that huge advantage in the beginning, but Viper did manage to force him off in the end. So both these guys forced to take the wood on the outskirts of the map, which, you know, it's pretty expected stuff, considering that you don't want to hang out just on this island alone, because that is just not the way to go. But I'm seeing that Jordan's making some archers, actually. In fact, he's queuing up some archers right now. So he looks like he will be trying to go for a little bit of an archer push, maybe. He does not know where Jordan Viper is, but he probably will have seen that he is on his sort of side, about here somewhere, and he will be trying to go and taking them down, or trying to go there very soon once he gets these archers out. And this should be pretty nice for him. In fact, Jordan now continuing to get these villagers over to the wood. Doing wheelbarrow right now, so it looks like he will be wanting to get to the castle age very soon. Of course, wheelbarrow is very important when you have a lot of farms, because villagers do have to walk around all this like this. So you do want to make the villagers more efficient by walking faster and be able to carry more resources and all that jazz. So yeah, wheelbarrow is kind of like a technology that really benefits farmers and food. Not so much for the wood really, because you know it's not such a big deal when you have all these lumber camps being replenished. And yeah, it's really just a farmer's bonus. But Jordan now with a pretty large navy. In fact, he does have how many warships? 15 right there. Viper, he's got 16. My God, he's got 16 right there. But Jordan, of course, with that home advantage, the defending advantage, so he is able to actually defend a lot nicer. He could be able to reinforce this a lot quicker. If he loses these guys, he could just make some more very quickly, and they'll be right on the battlefield in an instance. So yeah, it's going to be really nice for him. And Jordan with a little bit of a score advantage as well. Actually, he has got a tiny bit, but it's really close. Actually, it's just so close how these guys. No, it's really cool how these guys are so close. But Jordan now going up to the castle age already, and Viper should be getting there in some time. It looks like he's actually sending these archers out as well, actually. And we'll keep a close eye on this and see what happens. He could try and, well, he will definitely go and try and harass this wood over here, which is very exposed. There's nothing defending this at all. There are absolutely no military units defending this. Nil point. So Viper could find himself losing a few villages, but of course there are only 3 of these archers doing only 5 attack. Now archers have a pretty bad health. So these villagers could actually try and attack these archers, and we'll see what happens right here, because Viper now maybe going to be taking another a casualty, a first villager casualty I think of the day, or for him anyway. But is he going to get that one? Yes, he is. And Viper now forced to move away, and I'm surprised that he didn't actually try and attack them, because he could actually try and punch these archers in the face. It could actually work, considering that these villagers have got 40 HP, which is actually more than the archer has got. But look at this, Viper bringing his entire navy over here to try and deal with this. He is just absolutely rolling here, destroying everything. But it is kind of like a big overreaction. You know, there's only 2 archers left, and you don't really want to be taking all your entire navy right here, because now it just leaves Jordan to come in here and destroy these dogs, which is never a good thing to do, which is never a good thing for the Viper to have. But now we have got Jordan getting up his university, so he's going to go with ballistics. But where are his 2nd and 3rd TCs? At the moment, I don't see any. No, I don't. There we go. Second town centre and 3rd town centre should be coming up sometime soon. Looks like he's going to be moving these villagers to actually build one, and looks like he's going to be building one on a wood somewhere, which is going to be pretty good for him. But now we got. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is just no man's land. This is just a wasteland. This wood has just been completely wasted. There's nothing here. There's absolutely nothing here. Jordan has got Firefox open. Come on, Jordan. Really, Firefox? No, come on. Google Chrome is the best. But a castle now coming up for Viper, and I didn't even notice that he was actually getting so much gold stone, but he is. And this castle could be pretty nice for him. It will be able to defend against any war galleys that come out, which is from Jordan, which is what Jordan is going to be getting out right here. And of course, playing the Mongols, it is pretty expensive stuff. You do want to get those absolutely OP Mangadai, but you know, Mangadai pretty darn good. They're just the best unit in the game, I guess, or one of the best, definitely. But Jordan now forced to retreat because this castle is just denying him any more advancement at all. But both these guys do have War Galleon and Botting Arrow as well, and I wouldn't be surprised if Viper goes for any Mangadai, and indeed he is. So this should be pretty darn cool if he goes for that. And I don't know what just happened there, but Jordan managed to sneak a knight through here, which is kind of cool actually. He did actually, yeah, there we go. I thought so. Transport ship. Nice indeed. He's got these 2 archers right here as well. So, you know, he's just forcing Viper off of resource, which is a really good thing to do. And Viper currently has no gold income whatsoever. He's just been forced off of gold right here, and he isn't actually taking any gold, it seems, on the outside. No, he's not. There isn't actually any gold over here. Well, on this map, on this side, which is kind of unfortunate actually. But you know, he could actually try to take the gold over here. I don't know why he's not doing that, and I don't know why he's actually just taking this watchtower down with these villagers garrisoned inside here. I don't know why. But Viper now is still taking a lot of stone, so he looks like he is going to try and maybe get out some more TCs. But he could make one right now. He can actually just make one and put one down right here. That would be a good idea, I think. But the thing is, I don't know if Viper. I don't think Jordan will be actually going for any more landings on the Viper's base. It just doesn't seem like it's going to be the case because there just isn't a lot here. Most of the economy now is forced out here. That's where most of the villagers are. And now Viper putting up his second town centre. It's about time, to be honest. And well, Jordan has got 2 up and running already for quite some time. So he does have a pretty nice advantage in economy. But look at that, Viper now. I mean, yeah, Viper. Just completely rolling here, destroying all this stuff very, very quickly. And these talks are going to be pretty much toast in a very quick amount of time. But Viper now going to be up against Jordan's ball guys. Both these guys don't have careening, which is you know, a thing that you kind of want to be getting. But Jordan now with ballistic, so he is going to be able to take lots of damage on the Viper, and Viper going to be losing a lot of health on these guys, which is not so great. And where are his Mangudai? There we go. We've got a few Mangudai right here, and they could be doing some damage. And yeah, they did actually. Jordan now responding with a camel, and that camel just has a +1 defense, which is, you know, it's pretty good considering that the Mangudai doesn't have any defense at all. And I don't think actually he does have bloodlines, but of course that's something that Jordan does not have either. And I don't think he would be going too heavily into land actually, because both these guys haven't actually really attacked very much. And you know, Jordan couldn't actually try and he can't attack this because of his castle. It's just not really possible. And in fact, it doesn't look like a land always going to be the way to go. And you know, look at this. Jordan now has got 1.4k gold. That's a pretty huge amount of gold you got there, Mr. Jordan. And you know, that's a pretty imbalanced economy if you ask you. If I ask you, because he just does not have a lot of anything else. But looks like he's going to try and go to the Imperial Age. That is, I think, what he's going to be trying to do. And the castle coming out on the front right here. Can you call that a front? I don't know, because yeah, you know, yeah. But he's going to be able to destroy these towers very quickly. But at the moment, it looks like he's going to just focus down on his lumber camp, which is a mistake. He could try and take down these watchtowers and try and get back some wood right here. But now he's getting to the Imperial Age, which is a pretty nice stuff for him. Because, well, why wouldn't you go to the Imperial Age? Because that's just when things get pretty cool, and the Viper is pretty far behind. He's got mighty 6 gold right here. 6 gold, my god. And I think that Jordan will have this game quite firmly in his favour very, very soon. In fact, when he gets to the Imperial Age, I wouldn't be surprised if Viper will say GG. He might not, because he might not be so far behind, but even so, just Jordan getting to the Imperial Age in a pretty good time, in a pretty good time considering how many of these guys he's been producing. And yeah, he's now producing some more manga, which is going to be really nice. And he could actually try and sneak some manga in here and maybe try to do some damage over on the Viper's base, because this is not walled. Of course, this bit is walled, but this bit is not. So he could try and sneak some manga in. If he does, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for that. And he's now trying to save up for another castle, which is you know, it's pretty good considering that you are playing as the Mongols. And the Mangudai, just the way to go unit for the Mongol player. And we've got a huge naval battle right here. It's kind of hard to see who actually is going to win this. And Viper just killing off these fishing ships so quickly. I don't know why Jordan's just suiciding them so just like that. But looks like Jordan is going to win this actually. It's really hard to see because of these war guys just stacking on top of each other like this, because they've just been patrolled in. But a siege workshop came out as well, so I think Jordan is looking to try and get some mangonels out, or even a siege ram, or anything like that, to try and just soak up some arrow fire, or some bolt fire, I guess. But looks like that's not going to be the case, because now Viper is forced back with just what, 8 war guys left, and Jordan even still has quite a huge number, and he is now up to the Imperial Age, which, you know, in Viper's position, that's pretty frightening indeed, considering that he's just so far away. But both these guys pretty identical in terms of the population, about 100 for both of them actually, which is you know, it's kind of cool. But now Jordan will be trying to take this technological advantage to the limit. He will be wanting to get Bracer, maybe even get Galleon, and get all those lovely upgrades, so that Viper is going to be forced off of water very, very soon. But then again, Viper could just go around here and just try and stick around this castle. But that just leaves this economy just open to raiding, or just open to these galleys or galleons. And yeah, this is not so great for the Viper, I have to say. It isn't looking so great. But Jordan, he's just got such an imbalanced economy. Look at that. He's just got so much gold, which is you know, it's really strange actually. And now he's just adding more villagers onto gold. He's got so many villagers, but now Viper's saying GG. And yeah, he just knows that it's over. He just cannot deal with a post-Imperial Jordan, because Viper is pretty far away. He's not actually so far away in terms of the resources he's got, but you know, the Imperial Age upgrade takes a long time for it to complete. And by the time it's going to be completed, Jordan may have a pretty huge economy and a pretty huge military, and I don't think the Viper can actually try and stand up against that, because he just does not really have enough to deal with it. So yeah, this is being game 21? No, it's been game 12, and this is going to go to Jordan's favour, making the score 7-5 to him. And yeah, this has been a pretty darn cool game on Hamburger. And yeah, this has been NKZStryker Nathan, and I'll see you in game 13.